everyone, this is Xephyr here. Welcome back to Monster Hunter World on PC. Before we really start into anything, let's go ahead and take care of making our Teostra Gamma armor. If I can. I don't know if I have enough jewels, but we'll go take a look. Because I did finish farming Arc-Tempered Teostra. That wasn't too bad. I meant to record sooner than this, but I got a little frustrated because I had planned to farm Cometh for another week, and Cometh was over after only 1 week. We literally got 1 week to farm it, and so I didn't get the weapons I wanted, and then the quest was gone. We do get it back next week, but I still was a little frustrated, so I needed to take a break for a little while. And now I'm jumping back into it because we have new events, and today is a pretty big day. But like I said, we'll get into that in a moment. Let's start with making the equipment that we earned. So how many gems do I need? Just the one? Oh, I have 4. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and make all of these then. You'll see I have 8 tickets. We need 5 for the armor, 2 for the layered, but I don't have the red orbs I need for the layered, so we won't be able to make that right now. And then I have 1 extra as a souvenir. We won't be using any of this right now. I'm sure we will in the future, but for now, I'm just making it because we earned it and I want you to see it, so. Oh, I love that little glow that it's got now that it's gamma. It's so awesome. It's kind of cool knowing that my PC file is almost caught up to my console file when it comes to gear, because the gear's finally been released. We have a little farther to go, but not too much more. I really hope that Iceborne gets released at the same time as console. I hope PC and console get it at the same time. That would be awesome. If it doesn't, I might actually play on console for recording, just so you can see that stuff blind. We'll see. I guess the next awesome thing is we get FanFest next week. They said that it was on all platforms, so it should be on PC as well as console. So we will have the FanFest event next week, which is phenomenal. I'm hoping to have all our optional quests done before then. I'm hoping to spend my weekend and my Monday, where I don't work, cranking those out, but we'll see. I make all those plans all the time and never follow through, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so that takes care of making the Kaiser Gamma set, which is awesome. So, you'll notice that I'm wearing a different longsword than normal. This is, well, I'll just show you, all my armor is a little different than normal. This is the Empress Sword Sticks, so this is the Lunastra longsword with the Xenojiva parts added. So it has natural white sharpness, 10% affinity, 2 level 3 slots, and blast. It's rarity 8. And it gives the skill Razor Sharp / Spare Shot. And the reason we're using this, because, you know, it's not the most powerful weapon in the world, but that natural white sharpness and Razor Sharp is quite nice. The quest we're doing today is the Extreme Behemoth. Yes, it is Extremoth Day. So I had to make a set for that. So let's kind of go over that real quick, and then we'll go up and we'll discuss the differences between Behemoth and Extreme Behemoth, because there's quite a few. And then we'll go into further detail at that time. So let's look at our armor here. So I made an extremely good healer set because no one ever seems to want to play healer, so I always just do it. I fit the role relatively well anyway, because I don't mind putting on utility skills, whereas a lot of people just go straight up damage. So Empress Sword Sticks, the reason for this was just because I thought we might need the level 3 slots. Technically we don't, because all I put onto it was the 2 blast jewels to increase the how often blast happens. However, the reason I'm still using it is because it has Razor Sharp and natural white sharpness. I shouldn't have to sharpen as much, which could be relatively useful. If I'm finding it's not really doing much for me, I might switch back to Divine Slasher. Or I guess I could use the Reaver Calamity, because I think I actually got another Warrior Streamstone Sword, so I could get the double augment on that. Let's take a look here. God, I have so many weapons now. Where is it? There it is. I think I could put another... I could put the attack increase on this. Oh no, you know what? I don't want to use it because I don't have handicraft. That's the other reason, is it's got natural white sharpness, so I don't have to worry about handicraft for this weapon. So that makes it relatively useful. Yeah, the sharpness won't last super long, but as long as we're going through phases at a decent pace, Razor Sharp should keep me at least in blue until it moves on and I can sharpen. So then we're using the Valhazak Helm Gamma. The reason for this is it's got 2 levels of recovery up, which is nice. Recovery up is what makes your healing items heal more. And I believe he gets 30% at level 3, so quite useful. It also has a level 3 slot, though we only have a level 1 decoration in it. Next, well, you'll see we have 4 pieces of the Empress Mail. This is how powerful Empress Mail Beta is. It's got so many slots and such useful utility skills, but Mail B we're using because it has 3 level 1 slots, which is useful because of all the level 1 decorations we needed. It's also got really good defense. It's at 90 when maxed out. Which is only 2 points lower than a Gamma armor piece, so that's incredibly good. And it also gives us fire resistance, whereas Valhazak gives us negative. But getting some fire resistance is good since Behemoth's meteors are fire-based. Empress Vambrace's beta. Oh, right, it gives us peak performance. We don't need to worry about that. It's just the skill that's on the armor. If we have full health, yeah, it'll help, but... I don't expect us to have full health very often. So, Empress Vambrace's beta, this gives us 2 levels of wide range naturally, which is phenomenal. Then it also gives us a level 2 slot and a level 3 slot, though you'll see we're just using 2 level 2 gems in it. And since this is our second piece, it gives us the stamina cap up. Not the most useful thing in the world, but we'll have it, which is nice. Empress Coil Beta gives us Tool Specialist level 2 out of the box, which is extremely useful. It'll make our tools available much faster, which is phenomenal. And then, of course, it gives us 2 level 2 slots. And then the final piece is the Empress Greaves Beta. This gives us Health Boost level 2, which we need to have Health Boost level 3, so this is a no-brainer. One piece gives us 2 points into it. That's nice. Also 2 level 2 slots, so tons of slots on this. So that's nice. And then the charm that we're using, we're actually going to change our tools, so don't worry about that. But the charm we're using is the Mushroom Charm level 2. This is fully maxed out. It gives us level 2 Mushroomancer. And I'll go over that when we look at our skills. We're also going to change Vitality Mantle to the Health Booster, but I'll do that in a moment, assuming I don't forget. So if we look at skills, we have Lunastra Favor 1, which is the increased stamina cap, and then Lunastra Favor 4. This is what I kind of wanted more. I may not have used 4 pieces of the Empress set if it wasn't for this. This gives us Mind's Eye. It'll just make sure we don't bounce. Behemoth has a ton of spots that you bounce even with blue sharpness. And this will just make sure we're not taking hits because we bounced off his hide because of bad accuracy. So it's just kind of a more... utility and survival thing. Wide range 5, of course. You have to have it if you're going to play healer. So items affect nearby allies in a much wider radius with full efficacy, so that's super useful. Trem resistance 3. We won't be, when Behemoth does its slam down attack, which can be really dangerous, as long as we don't get hit by the attack, we're also not going to be staggered by his tremor. So I find that to be a really useful utility skill. Yeah, Health Boost 3, this is just to make sure we have full health. You have to have 200 health. He hits so hard, and there are plenty of attacks that will one-shot you if you don't have 200 health and enough defense. So we'll probably see a lot of people faint. Well, I will. Whatever, we'll go into that later. But lots of people are going to faint because they don't have this, and until I find a good, decent group, I feel that there's going to be a lot of frustration. Recovery Up makes my... it's level 3, gives 30% recovery onto the normal health recovery of items, so this is super nice. Mushroom-mancer, so this is... I'll just read all of them. So level 1 lets you use blue mushrooms and toadstools. Blue mushrooms are a potion, and toadstools are immunizer. The blue mushrooms is kind of the important one for this, because mushrooms you eat like mite and adamant seeds. And so, unlike a potion where you have this long animation of drinking it, a mushroom you just eat real fast. So it's a quick potion. It isn't a high potion, or a mega potion. It's just a potion, but because of how quick it is, it can be super useful. Level 2 gives you nitro shrooms and parashrooms. Nitro shrooms give you a demon drug effect, and parashrooms give you armor skin. We don't need the nitro shrooms, but the parashrooms will come in handy quite a bit. And then level 3 gives us, well, we might not need the parashrooms now that I think about it. I might bring them anyway. We'll see how our item loadout looks. And then level 3 gives you Mandragora's, Devil's Blight, and Excite Shrooms. Excite Shrooms are relatively useless because they just give you a random effect of all the other mushrooms. But Mandragora's give you, they have a max potion effect, and while wide range doesn't affect that, like you can't wide range a max potion, it allows you to have many max potions on you, and it rather than wasting a potion to heal yourself when no one else needs healing, which would go out, you can just pop a Mandragora, heal yourself to full real fast, and then you can save all your things that do work with wide range for healing your teammates. So it's useful. And Devil's Blight is dash juice, so it's a quicker dash juice to get out there. Then of course we have Tool Specialist level 3, just makes our tools reusable 20% faster, which is nice. Blast Attack level 2, this is just because we're using a blast weapon. I just threw it on there because I didn't know what else to use. Peak Performance, again, not super useful, but when our health is full we get 10 attack, and that's 10 true raw, so that's nice. And then Dragon Attack level 1 won't affect us, it's just because it's on Fahazak helmet. And Razor Sharp Spare Shot, this is on our weapon, and it just makes it so that our sharpness goes down slower. So that's our loadout for skills. So let's head up to the Gathering Hub. And then we'll go over our items here and get our item loadout ready next. Oh, I didn't expect that. I never went in the Gathering Hub when I was playing on console, so I didn't realize they had the Final Fantasy music playing when you're in the Gathering Hub during Extreme Behemoth, which Extreme Behemoth is around until February 21st, which, to put in perspective, it's the 19th of January, so we have an entire month to try and beat it. They did that on purpose. There's so many people that fail and do terribly, and this can take so many tries that it might take people an entire month to finally get one win. Luckily, you only need one win. But let's go over our item load up next. This is going to be a super long video, I'm sure, by the way. I am only going to include the successful run, but runs usually take like 25 minutes. I think you only get 30 minutes total for the quest, and they take usually around 25 minutes if you have kind of a subpar party that can do it. If you have a good party, I think it maybe takes 15 minutes, but I don't expect to have a good party ever. So that I will expect this video to be long because we have all this prep to go through, but I think it's important for this quest to go over prep. So obviously we want all our potions and our ability to make more mega potions. Mega Demon Drug and Mega Armor Skin are important, though the Mega Armor Skin might get negated pretty quick, and again, I'll go over that in a bit. Always bring your max potions and your ancient potions, though max potions I might knock out when I put them in Dragoras just because we need space. Nullberries are important as the healer because of the Thunderbolt attack, healing everyone's Thunder Blight. Cool drinks, you need them in case he goes into the lava areas, which it's random whether he does or doesn't. At least I think it's random. Astera Jerky, I'm not sure if I need this, but I'm going to keep it in for now just because it does give you an immunizer effect and heals all red damage instantly. Could be helpful. Dash Juice we're going to take out because we're going to put in the Devil's Blight. Assuming I think I have a lot of them, don't I? Yes. See, we get 10 as opposed to the 5 Dash Juice. That's really nice. Actually makes me really like Mushroom-mancer because dash juice. Dash extract only comes from Diablos, which I don't fight very often, and so dash juice for me are relatively uncommon to have. Might Seed, of course, just a small boost to our attack. Adamant Seeds. This is because, one, small boost to our defense, but also it erases defense down, which is useful to spread across the party, so good to have. Again, we'll go into that in a moment. Life Powders, of course, just, you know, more healing than you need it. Blue Mushrooms are for the potions. Mandragora for my max potions. Trying to decide if I want to add Parashrooms or not. We added the Devil's Blight, Mandragora, Blue Mushroom. I'm not worried about Immunizer. We don't need Nitro Shroom. I don't know that I need Parashroom. I think I'll wait because I will want to take First Aids. Of course, we have a Farcaster, Bombs, and our usual Talons. I think this is all we need. Now, you're probably wondering, why don't I have Flash Pods? So, I guess we might as well explain what the difference is between Behemoth and Extreme Behemoth. So, let's go look at the quest. I'm also not going to mess with my radial wheel because I don't think I'll memorize where I put stuff and it'll just cause more problems than it won't. So, at least for now. I might change that if I'm having lots of trouble, but we'll see for now. So, if we look at the event here... Alright, so a visitor from Eorzea Extreme. Serious Handler. Another behemoth has appeared in the Elder's Recess and is even more dangerous than the last. Summon other adventurers and quell the beast. Extremely difficult. Rewards. Drachin layered armor and a guild card title. That's it. There's no new armor set. There's no new weapons. Obviously, you can get materials for making Drachin, but if you already have Drachin, that's pointless. Literally, you only have to beat this quest once, and you get all its rewards. It's because it's that flipping difficult. Obviously, there's a possibility I'll do it twice if I beat it once in relatively quick fashion, because I wouldn't mind having a souvenir, which is the item that you use to get the layered set, but we'll see, because if this goes anything like it did on console, it's going to take me a while to beat this. So, differences between Behemoth and Extreme Behemoth. Alright, so there's quite a few. So one, you'll see it's got the purple border. This counts as a tempered monster. That means that you can only use 3 flash pods on it total. That's it. It's immune after that. That's why I'm not bringing flash pods, because people are going to be spamming them anyway, because most people don't know what they're doing. I'm sorry, it's just the truth. And they don't realize, even though it's clearly a tempered monster, that it'll become immune super quick. It's generally immune before you're even out of the first phase because of people spamming them. There's no point in me bringing them. The other reason is, the main reason you brought flash pods on normal Behemoth was to stop its Charybdis, which is the tornadoes. It's casts Charybdis much faster. If your weapon's out, you're probably not putting it away and getting a flash pod shot, even if it wasn't becoming immune to flash pods. You're probably not putting your weapon away and shooting that flash pod to stop the Charybdis in time. It's much more effective for people to move as far away from the center of the arena as possible if the Charybdis is being summoned on them, and just keep them away from where you're fighting Behemoth. People don't do it, but that is the more effective thing. You're not stopping the Charybdis with flash pods this time. You need to get away. So the first difference, flash pods, only 3 total. Second change is Charybdis is cast much faster. Next, talking of casting, Meteor. I believe it every phase when it casts Meteor, if it's not if no one has its enmity, it always casts 3, and it has a bigger splash radius, and if you're hit, you get defense down. So the first time you're hit with a Meteor, you might think, oh, that's not so bad. The next time, you'll probably die if you didn't notice the defense down, because it hits. It's so much worse once you have defense down. That's why you bring Adamant Seeds if you have wide range. If you get hit with a Meteor, or you see someone else's defense down, pop an Adamant Seed. It will cure defense down, and that'll be very helpful. It's insanely helpful. Next change. Man, I had this all thought out earlier. Now it's so much later than I expected to be starting this. Oh, Ecliptic Meteor. It now does Ecliptic Meteor in Phase 1. It does Ecliptic Meteor in Phase 2. It does Ecliptic Meteor in Phase 3. And it does 3 Ecliptic Meteors in Phase 4. That's right, 3. Yeah, it's brutal. And he also lowers far less comets, so you have to be very careful to make sure comets survive. You need them. It's generally why I failed this quest as many times as I did on console, is people don't pay attention to the comets, they get destroyed, people faint, quest over. Or duty failed, as it says. So yeah, you have to be very careful of the comets. He does a lot more Ecliptic Meteors this time around. Next change, he now has a DPS check, because they're trying to model this like an MMO. The third phase now is a DPS check. You have 5 minutes to get Behemoth to a certain health threshold, and then if you get him there, he'll move on to Phase 4. If you don't get him there, he will cast Ecliptic Meteor. There are no comets. Phase 3 has no comets. So if you do not get him to that health threshold before he casts Ecliptic Meteor, if everyone doesn't know how to dodge with jump, which I still am not good at it, it's meant to wipe your party and fail the quest. And then, of course, in Phase 4, as I said, there's 3 Ecliptic Meteors, so you have to pay attention, and I believe he only drops 2 comets per Ecliptic Meteor, so you have to pay attention. Of course, the third one is his death knell. If you can make it through that third one, you win. Can be quite difficult. It's a pain in the butt, especially with Charybdis being cast all the time. One of the most important things with this quest is someone has to play tank. Someone has to keep Enmity as much as possible, because Enmity stops him from casting Charybdis. He literally will not cast it if someone has his Enmity. And then also Meteor, he doesn't shoot 3, he shoots 1, and it always goes after the person with Enmity, meaning that it's much easier for everyone to run in and start dealing damage. I found that the best tank is actually a heavy bowgun, because they can do a lot of damage to get Enmity, and then they also can have a shield to block attacks. The problem is most people who play heavy bowgun don't, like, once they get Enmity, rather than staggering their shots to make sure that they're not shooting so they can block attacks, they'll just keep shooting and end up not being able to use their shield and dying, which sucks. Gunlance works well because it has shelling. Don't have to worry about sharpness, so you can just keep blasting him in the face. Well, until you get to red sharpness, then you have to sharpen. But generally, you'll hopefully move him on to his next phase and be able to sharpen before that happens. But that's why they're good, is they can ignore his extremely hard horns. The reason Lance... Lance works, but the reason it doesn't work as well as Gun Lance is because of those horns. Until they're broken, you might bounce if you hit blue sharpness, and that can make it difficult for the Lance to grab Enmity. It's just easier for a Gun Lance. So you have to have a tank, you have to have a dedicated healer, and then you need 2 people who just are good at DPS, and everyone has to be doing damage in that third phase or you're going to run into problems. So it's a much harder quest. So certainly, hopefully you can watch and enjoy this. Like I said, I will be cutting the video to only include the success. I was talking to a coworker and I laughed. I said, you know what, if I have enough failures and they're funny enough, I might make a compilation of just how horrible it goes and just have that as a separate video. But we'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky and somehow beat this really fast. I don't think so. I'm probably only going to be able to run it once or twice tonight before I need to go to bed. But, we'll see. I am going to have my mic muted just because I'm going to need to focus. I can't be giving commentary. I have to be focused on what's going on and really paying attention. And I'm sure if it doesn't go smoothly, if it's as bad as it was when I was on console, there's going to be a lot of cursing. And I don't want it to just be a video of me cursing. It'll just be the worst. So I think I'm basically ready. I'm going to take the quest. I'm going to eat at the canteen. And then I'm going to go into the quest, shoot up an SOS, and we'll see what happens. So this is where I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to mute my mic, and I'll see you all after a successful run that I'll let you know how many days later it is when I finally win. So see you all on the other side. And there it is, everyone. That is how you do it. That is how you win at this. Flawless. Everyone did their job. Everyone played well. Everyone kicked ass. That is how you win. Oh, fuck yes. Sorry about the cursing, but it needed to be said. This was brutal. Every time I've done this, it's been horrifying how many faints we've had. This one, 0 faints. 0! Oh, man, it feels so good. And the funny thing is, this was... I did my little commentary before this run about how it's the 3rd day and all that. It's actually 5 hours into the 3rd day. I had been recording all morning, and it kept going horrible, and I almost ran out of space on my hard drive, so I was like, okay, I want to keep playing, I have to keep trying, I haven't won yet, so I better clear out at least one of the videos of Extreme Behemoth. So I decided, you know what, the 5 hours from earlier today, there was no good footage there, really. I'll delete it. Start back up after lunch, talk about it being the 3rd day, talk about all my negativity, go into the quest, and this is how it goes. Perfect, flawless, amazing. It feels so good to be done with it. I will try and get... Actually, did I get 2? Sullied... No, it's a Sullied Streamstone, and that's a Sullied Streamstone. Okay, there's the Glamour Prism. I was really worried for a moment. Okay, so Glamour Prism is what you need to get the layered armor. I was thinking of getting a second one for a souvenir. I'll do that later. I can't do this quest anymore right now. This was 11 hours, I think, over 3 days of doing this quest before I finally win. Oh god, it hurts so bad. But this team was amazing. It was so good. And it feels so good. I just find it funny that I just was like, I played for 5 hours, deleted the video, started up again, talked about it being the third day and all my negativity, and then first time in, we win. It feels great. It feels so, so good. Oh, alright, let's take our rewards and get our things so I can take a break from Monster Hunter for a little while before starting optional quests. I'm going to get some editing done and just play something a little less stressful. So Glamour Prism, a strange stone that projects illusions. Show this to the resource center and we'll get layered armor. Lots of decorations here, which is nice. 2 solid stream stones, which is nice. Let's see what all our rewards come out to. Doesn't look like we got anything good decoration-wise, but that's okay. Lance. Oh, a sword. Okay, that's nice. I already have 2 so that I can finish augmenting my Devil Joe longsword, I think. I don't remember if I already did that or not. We'll check after this, whatever. Look at that, 0 faints. 0 faints. Flawless. And a new guild card title, Warrior of Light, which is what we're going to be using because it is epic. Support All-Star, 134 buffs and heals applied. Oh, God. It's so brutal. Oh. Oh my goodness. Alright, so first things first, let's check out our guild card here. We are changing our title. Oh, where is it? Oh, I've got so many! Alright, let's just go through. So February, January... What were these from? Oh, participant in the Winter Starfest. Okay, so December, snow, winter, November, October. This was from autumn. Pumpkin, autumn, 14. That's for slaying behemoths. Behemoth for slaying behemoth. Dragoon for slaying behemoth. Crystal for slaying behemoth. Fantasy for slaying behemoth. Warrior of Light. Completed a visitor from Eorzea Extreme. Warrior of Light. Nothing on the rest. We're just going to be the Warrior of Light. Oh, God. So, you can see I've got a lot of titles I've unlocked. I mainly, you know, I don't check them very often. So we'll just go through them real quick so you can see them if you want, because I'm shaking from my just absolute... Oh, God, it feels so good. It feels so, so good. Oh, man. Which now means I can go on to optional quests, and I can, when Cometh comes back later this week, I can focus on that again. Whew. You know, it's funny. That was... I will say it's easier with 2 heavy bowguns, but we had a good tank. I feel that I was a good support, so that was good. And then, you know, I was worried about our switch axe, but he did a good job. Man, I feel like my voice is really loud on the mic, and I'm not sure why. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'll check it after. But our switch axe did a good job as well. And our other bowgun, heavy bowgun, of course. Like, everyone did their job, and it just... That's how it needs to be done, and it feels so good. It does stink that I'm not going to get my souvenir right now, and basically everyone finishes the quest once and stops fighting it because it's such a nightmare. But I'll probably try again in a week or so, maybe less than that, once people are a little better at it, and then maybe there'll still be people playing, and then I can get my souvenir. Or maybe I'll, there is a way to solo it as a heavy bowgun. Maybe I'll learn how to do that, and I'll just do that. I won't record it, though, because screw that. But, oh, man. Whew. Feels so good. All my negativity's drained away. I feel so much better. So, so much better. Oh. I know I'm going through this fast, but it's because don't know how long my video is going to end up being. I haven't decided if I'm going to edit in failure stuff or not, or if I'm just going to have the win, but even the win took 28 minutes or so, so it's like, kind of need to, not have the video go too unbelievably long, so. I'm not kidding. This was an absolute nightmare to do. I was really getting upset because it shouldn't be this difficult, but people made it that difficult. So let's check out our guild card. So, as you can see, we're the Warrior of Light. Which is awesome. Look at this. 586 quests as Longsword. Oh, I don't even want to talk about how far off the quests completed numbers are from quests done as our weapons, because anytime you fail, you don't get a quest completed mark. Every time you return from quest, you don't get a quest completed mark. Every time you don't defeat Cometh, you don't get a quest completed mark. So, like, but between Cometh and, you know, having runs where you just gather tracks and then Cometh leaves, and between all the failures with Extreme Behemoth, the numbers are so far off, it makes me sad. But whatever. So we've got some new guild card markers too. So complete 50 investigations, we never checked. Complete 50 arena quests, we had never checked. We've had those done for a while. A living fossil, so that's for getting that ancient fish. The Snuggles for All was for getting the Downy Crake. Obtain 5 highly rare weapons, so that's just for getting 8 rarity 8 weapons. Hunt 50 tempered monsters. This was... oh, first tempered monster, okay. Miniature crown collector, it's just 10 or more monsters with mini crowns in your log. And then giant crown collector, which is for 10 or more giant crowns in your hunting log. Slay 50 elder dragons, hunt 500 large monsters, fire an SOS flare for the first time, collect over 50 guild cards, and reach hunter rank 100. Now, also, I will say, because I don't think I mentioned this, I started responding to SOS requests this morning. I think I mentioned it on the second day video that I kept getting the same people in my team, and I was getting tired of that because they kept making the same mistakes. So I decided I'd start responding to SOS, and I forgot that I mentioned that in the video from this morning that I deleted. So that's why I responded to an SOS. I didn't start the quest. Normally I like being the leader of the quest for recording, but it wasn't working out, so I figured I'd try something different, and that's what I did. So that's why I responded to an SOS and didn't host the quest myself. Not like it really matters that much. I don't know why I came down here. I meant to go up to the workshop. Oh my goodness. Oh, it hurts so bad. Oh. But it feels so good to be done with it. Alright. Oi, Fiver, one of my underlings brought blueprints for some equipment he wants to forge. Problem is that we need some special materials to get this done, so I put in a delivery request for them. Give us a hand, will you? It ain't an urgent thing, so whenever you find yourself twiddling your thumbs, head to the resource center and get it done for us. Honor of the Drachin. Oi, Fiver, if you insist on hurting people's vision with that clown suit you're wearing, how about we cover it up with something that's guaranteed to put an eye out? Oh, and I hear it looks pretty good in red, too. So, 1 Glamour Prism, which we just got, and some Nova Crystals to get Drachin layered armor. So, let's go turn that in. Oh, man, this took so long. Whew. I'm glad to have it done, and a little later today I'll start doing some optional quests to start working through that stuff. Because I really need to get back to Fallout. I haven't played it in so long, and I've wanted to, but I want to finish my Monster Hunter stuff first. Alright. Complete deliveries. Oh yeah, we can't even do Dante's Inferno yet because Red Alert's not out. But Red Alert's available starting Thursday, I believe, because of the Player Appreciation Fest for the 1-year anniversary of the game releasing. So the Honor of the Drachin. Let's complete it. Yeah! Oh, man. Okay. So I feel the need to switch to it. I don't really like... I think I mentioned this before. Dragoons are one of my least favorite classes in Final Fantasy. However, I feel the need to wear it as an honor of completing that quest finally. So we have Drachin layered armor. So we'll wear that for a little bit in our videos. Luckily, next video, I'll be able to switch back to Drachin mixed set rather than my support set, because I'm not doing Extreme Behemoth for a little while. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said, until I edit the video, I don't really know how I'm going to edit it together, whether it's just going to be the the win with maybe my little dialogues in between telling you, well, of course you've already seen it, but my little dialogues telling you how many days it's taken and all that stuff. Or even if I even didn't put those in. I don't know if I just had my initial and then the win and then this. So you might even be confused by some of the stuff I've said. I have no idea. It'll depend on how I'm feeling when I edit. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. You can also subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell icon. That way you can get notifications when I upload new videos. And of course, leave any comments or suggestions in the area below this video. Did you have a pain in the butt time completing Extreme Behemoth? Was it a nightmare? Tell me your stories. Let me know how it was. But that is all I have for you today. So thank you so much for watching. And as usual, this is Xephyr, signing out.